So right now I'm in the German Alps, really close to the Austrian border, at Kehlsteinhaus, also known as the Eagle's Nest. It was used for official, well, it was built and used for official functions for the Nazi Party. This was like pretty close to Hitler's summer house. He came up here almost 20 times. Uh, Eva Braun's sister had her wedding reception here. Eva Braun being Hitler's wife slash girlfriend, and it is remarkably beautiful. Um, it's weird, like this whole region, Bavaria, is I think one of the prettiest parts of Europe, but it also is a home for Nazism, and this in particular was it's the only thing that's left of the original um, facility. They blew up most of the buildings after the Americans occupied it because they didn't want Germans to like come here or like be sympathetic towards him. But now it's a restaurant and museum, and it's really really pretty. Here's another view from close to the top. I'm not gonna lie, my legs are feeling a little wobbly because of how close I am to the edge. I'm falling down into the abyss. Madison's laughing at me. It is beautiful. Another view from closer to the top. Up there, I think that's Austria. And more of what is referred to as the Eagle's Nest. Another view from a little higher up. People are allowed to fly drones apparently here, which is cool. And there's a cross with an Edelweiss flower. It's a good luck charm. It only grows in high altitude places, like around here, for example. It's cool. I remember a while ago watching this interview with Hitler's butler, where he's talking about this one time Hitler came out here. It was right after they signed the non-aggression pact, and they're watching the sunset from a little platform where there's like a cafe now, and the sun was setting, and like the sky went red, and Hitler took that as like a premonition that of blood, that like this non-aggression pact was like signing a deal with the devil, and it was only going to make things worse. I don't know. It's interesting. So here's inside of the Eagle's Nest of Kehlsteinhaus. The United States Army occupied it for a couple years after they captured this area. They already said this, but they demolished I think all of the buildings around here except for one, and this is what's left. It's now pretty touristy. It's a restaurant and cafe, and you got to take a bus all the way up here from the base of the mountain. It's about probably an hour outside of Munich. So I just read a couple interesting things. For the first 6 years after 1945, when the Americans occupied the Eagle's Nest, they only let Americans up here because they're afraid that this place would serve as like maybe like a ground for like neo-fascists, for like Nazi sympathizers to get really excited about, or like maybe some weird Hitler worship. I was also reading like this brochure when I first came here, and like the first like 2 pages are all kind of like a recognition of the Holocaust. Basically, what I'm saying is like they've taken a lot of pains to not turn this into like a pro-Nazi or like a tourist trap for Nazi sympathizers. There's like you obviously can't buy any like Nazi memorabilia or anything like that here, but it's really interesting. It's like, I don't know, I'd say kind of responsible. I think it's probably for the best that they go out of their way, obviously, to diminish any Nazi sympathizers. Also, you can only get official tour guides because they're afraid like third-party tour guides could maybe come off as like a little sympathetic towards Nazism.